Wow, check that out. It's almost like a Lake Superior agate. So many beautiful rocks. Hello, rock friends. This is Kate from Katie Did, coming to you live from eastern Montana, where we're going to look for Montana agates and anything else we can find that looks pretty cool. Come along. Now that I think about it, while I was live when I recorded that, you're probably not watching me live now. Oh well. We're trying a different way down this time, which is confusing Kava, but she seems to be figuring it out. The island that I hope to get to is not nearly as exposed or accessible as it often is. The river is still maybe a foot higher than usual, so that's probably why. I'm gonna try to go down to this area right here and see if I can wade across. You know, much as I want to get out there, I don't think I would be able to cross this area right here real easily because it's moving pretty fast and it's probably above my knees. So I guess what we're gonna do is go look for some rocks in the hills. Disappointing, but probably better safe than sorry. Here you can see that the rain has eroded the hillside and exposed these rocks. I've got duck feet, which for many things aren't great, but for walking up hills like this, perfect. Here's a pretty agate. Oh, it's even a little bigger than I thought. Too bad we didn't find the whole nodule, but I'm grateful for what I find. May not be huge, but holy cow, look at those beautiful little dendrites in there. One nice thing is that it's fairly cloudy and relatively cool. There's a breeze, and even though it's close to 80 degrees, the sun is not beating down on me, so this is not bad for hiking. Because of the way the Yellowstone River gravel is so deep, it's about 30 feet in most places. You go all the way up here and all these hills are built on gravel. In some places you can see it's washed away. Unfortunately, it's also state lands, which means that it's open to all rock hounding. So unless there's been a huge washout, probably we won't find much in the way of agates. I wish we had smell-o-vision. Those are alfalfa blossoms over there, and here is sage, and the smell is just amazing. This is a pretty neat piece. The green on the back is just moss, but it looks like it's got some kind of wraparound quartz kind of stuff. Here's a little agate, very little. You can see it's sunburned. That's how you spot them in the hills. I love finding stuff like this. This whole area was, of course, inhabited by Native Americans, and they used things like jasper and flint to make arrowheads, and this is a core where they chipped stuff off. Isn't that cool? Here's a really pretty jasper. I like the mix of the colors. That's kind of neat. Here's another little one. We'll cut this one too. Wow, isn't this pretty? If you'd like to support this channel and get some rocky goodies for yourself, check out my Etsy store, Katie Did Rocks. The link is in the description below. Katie Did Rocks is a Highland Park Lapidary affiliate. You can get 10% off rough rocks and supplies by going to their website and using the code KatieDidRocks. Look at that, a perfect little quartz egg. See, the reason that agates and even petrified wood is so much harder to find on lands like this is because it doesn't wash off every single year, it doesn't renew every single year, so we have to wait for erosion to do its job, and that is a much slower process. That's kind of neat. Look, another agate. We have a couple visitors. Mama cow is not happy that we're here, so I'm going to take Kava up top of the hill. These are called cone flowers. I think they're so pretty. Well, so much for our easy path. Maybe I'll just wait a little while and then go back down. Look at how pretty this red one is. That is a beautiful red. Here's another pretty piece of jasper. Well, we're back on the cow path after having fled to the hills while Mama Cow was around. She was not happy. And we're gonna go real slow. Kava actually got chased by a cow once, so I think she's not too anxious to mess around with them, but we'll still stay away. That mama was very emphatic. And there she goes the other direction. Okay, we just climbed a hill and I'm holding on to Kava's collar. She's very protective, obviously, of the little one. Well, that was an adventure. We are up on top of the hill here and I'm looking for rocks. But even after we got quite a ways away, that mama was bellowing at us, so good thing we missed her. You know who I love green. It's a nice piece of green jasper. And actually, since I stopped to look at that, check that out. Isn't that interesting? My first itty bitty piece of petrified wood. I like all the colors in this one. This is quite pretty. No, since one of my goals was to avoid the bangs and booms that are happening at home right now, it's the 4th of July, and the dog really, really hates it. We're just kind of taking it easy on our way back. You know, I've been finding a lot of different kinds of porphyry lately. I think I'll start collecting them and then do a video called Polishing Porphyry. Because actually, it's kind of pretty. You know it's a different kind of hunting day when I get excited about a teeny piece of petrified wood. But I really do like the colors in this one. This is really interesting. I don't think I'll keep it because there's not much I could do with it. But this is ironstone, this dark stuff. It has just a ton of iron in it. And this is some kind of chert. I've never seen that before together. And look at the color on this jasper. It's even got bands in it. Neat. My squirt bottle fell down the hill, so now I have to go retrieve it and then come back up the hill because that's where the rocks are. Wow, check that out. It's almost like a Lake Superior agate. That is very cool. I did some research, and even though Lake Superior agates appear in Kansas and Nebraska, they do not reach as far as eastern Montana. Now, this makes sense because the Lake Superior agates are a lot older than the rocks here, but it sure looks like it. Here's what I've been hoping for in scanning these gravel reaches. A nice chunky piece of agatized wood. Check out the colors on this jasper. Oh man, that is just gorgeous. Here's another good sized piece. This is pretty wild. I think it's got red jasper on each side and then some kind of a either chert or quartz in the middle. I'm not going to keep this one. I just wanted to show it to you. Boy, you couldn't ask for a nicer day for hiking up and down the hills. It's a little bit humid, which I'm not used to, so of course I'm sweating like I'm sitting in a sauna. But overall it's cool and breezy and just kind of beautiful. Wow, I picked this up because I thought it might be agatized wood, but I don't think it is. Instead, it's something very different. It almost looks like onyx. I don't think it is, though. Well, this is a fine how do you do. Hey, here's a couple little agates. Here's one here. And right next to it, isn't that pretty? This is a weird old one. It's chalcedony, but it looks like it formed in chambers. I don't know what's inside of it. Another piece of chalcedony. Maybe agate. Oh yes, it's an agate. Look, it's got dendrites in there. Hey, look at this, the biggest agate of the day. Well, this turned out to be a surprise. Look at that. I would never have imagined that inside there. Okay, I think this little thing here is an agate. The reason I think that is because of the white skin. This is an opalization that chalcedony gets if it's been in the sun a long time. So, fingers crossed. Well, we can't tell on the other side either. We're going to have to cut it off. But I feel pretty strongly this is an agate. We'll go ahead and cut it, let you see for sure. Well, that's awfully hard to see. tell you what, I'm gonna see if I can knock off some of this opalization on the other side and let the light through. I got a little carried away and I almost made a cabochon out of the whole thing, a really giant cabochon. But instead, it just gave me enough light that we could see the thing. See, I knocked all the opal off. Still needs quite a lot of work to be, you know, acceptable, but good enough to show you how cool it is. Well, my squirt bottle stopped working despite the fact that I changed the battery, and the dog is very, very much wanting to go home now, so I guess that's it. Thanks for coming along. This is Kate from Katie Did. Keep on doing.